we're going forward, having a nice little day, you know, thinking of our happy family, of our beautiful wife, our two amazing kids with a bright future, and yeah, everything's perfect, you know? Clearly there's nothing bad. Interesting. Oh, and there's a wall in front of me. Damn, bro, what do you do in this position? Oh my god. Oh, no. Holy. That's it. The water's rising. Oh no. We're submerged. That's it. You're done. How does this little scenario here make you feel, right? Like, imagine these are your arms, and if you couldn't tell, this is a game, by the way. I know this is incredibly realistic, you know, I've worked very hard on this, but just genuinely imagine, how would you feel if you had to crawl through a tiny cave? And I say had to, but there are people who do this willingly, right? I saw this video once. It was like some Instagram video, and then it was like text saying like, I don't know, cave explorers with a happy wife and kids when they see a cave called the Death Lagoon, which was pretty funny, but it did leave me thinking, you know, like, why do people do this? And that isn't quite the point of the video, right? I'm not trying to ask why people go in tight little caves and then get stuck and die, right? But the thing is, if you're somehow in a tight cave against your will, you'd already be panicking, right? So if anything else were to happen, you would just be panicking more, which isn't too interesting. But what is it like when you're caving with some, you know, knowledge, seemingly you know what to do, and you're not really panicked, you know, maybe you've done this before, maybe you just don't really care, you know, you're like really confident, and then something starts to happen. Then something that you did not account for, or maybe something that you just could not predict, begins happening. What would you do? How would you feel in that moment? And just in general, what would the general atmosphere be like of you crawling in a cave? Like, even accidents aside, as a kid, or I say as a kid, to this day, I still think about, like, you know, how this feels. How do you put yourself through, like, climbing through this small little rock? Like, what's the goal here, you know? So I have made this Roblox game to kind of play around with that and to kind of, you know, put ourselves into this, like, somewhat immersive experience, I would say, of actually crawling in a cave, of actually having some sort of accidents happen. Just to quickly show you what we're working with in case you're interested. This is the entire world. We just have this rock. We have the spawn location right there. That's where the player spawns, but then their camera goes over here. So all you see are just these two hands. The cave itself isn't actually that big. Like, if I take this light, for example, and I shine it a bit brighter, the cave ends here, right? So you crawl for a little bit, and then you get to the end of the cave, basically. And the cave closes this early for a reason, but I'm going to talk about that a bit later. Now, we don't actually need this light. I only added it just to kind of show you the area, because if I delete it, you can't really see much, but the light does get added within a script. Now, I don't want to bore you with like thousands of lines of code. I mean, I don't even have 1,000. I think I barely have like 100. But the idea here is that, I've made a system here that whenever the player presses the spacebar or their mouse key, and now that I think about it, honestly, we probably also want to add a tap on a device. There we go. User input type dot touch. There we go. Okay, so I guess we are going to do some scripting in today's video. But after that happens, it sets a little cooldown, and it runs this function, which effectively moves the player slightly up. And this is where all the functions are kept. So like the accidents, the moving. I mean, we begin with a function called kill player. So, you know we're into something serious here. Let me actually show you how this looks. I'm actually quite proud of this. I think it looks quite nice. Just let the light load in. There we go. If you listen, you can hear the ambiance. I'll be a bit quiet, but just, you hear that? It's like a little wind and like a little, what are they called? Like a droplet of water. And now, whenever I press spacebar, or, you know, my mouse pad, or if I was playing on a mobile device, if I would tap, the player moves forward like this. And the arm is random each time. You could move with your right arm, or maybe your left arm, please. There we go. And for now, this is effectively our template, right? Or I say for now. I mean, this is the template, which we could add more to. And like I said, I have already made more functions that we can play around with. Now, you know, I don't want to spoil too much, but what comes to mind when you think of cave accident, you know? Like what do you think of when you think, and you can see the cave ending here. Like, what do you think of when you think of the concept of being trapped in a little cave and you're just crawling in there and you can hear, like, I don't know, spiders or whatever. Or actually, no, it's so barren of life that there is no spiders. There's just nothing. You're just within a rock, just moving. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm sure you can get a general idea of what we could be doing here. Now, like I said, there are many like scary, immersive things that we could add. I mean, like I said, again, when I imagine myself, I mean, God forbid, you know, crawling in some tight little cave, a million things could go wrong, right? But you know, to like ease into the video, because I don't want to begin the video with like some gruesome, terrible thing. I'm sure that could affect my ads as well, so I don't want to do that. But I have a very simple thing here called headlights dim. Again, this is a function inside of this module. So I made it, just in case you're wondering, right? I didn't steal this from someone. But the idea here is simple. You can give it a time, so time dimmed. As a matter of fact, you actually have to give it a time. So I could say like, I don't know, 6 seconds. And what this is going to do, you can probably guess, is it's going to dim our headlights, or I say dim, it's going to turn them off for 6 seconds. And then it's going to turn them on again. I don't know if anyone else has seen this, but I recall seeing a video. Like, this is where I kind of got this idea from specifically, where it was like this tour guide with like these two women, and they were like in this body of water, and it wasn't like a lot of water, but it was enough to like, you know, have your full body inside of it. I think it was like a cave full of water, and then there were like little air pockets that they could, you know, swim up to. And then what the tour guide did, he had a light, right? And he was the only one with this headlight. And, you know, like, he was joking around with the woman, right? But he just, like, turned off the light. Like he was, like, smiling, he turned off the light. And then you can hear him just, like, go under the water and swim away. And so now these two women, they were stuck in this, you know, pocket of air with, like, water surrounding them. And it's literal darkness. Like, you cannot see a single thing. And I would assume they were recording on, like, some GoPro or something. Like, you know, something that doesn't come with a flashlight. So imagine just being trapped in a tight space with literally zero light. Like, it was complete darkness. And then the tour guide came back, right? So don't worry, this isn't like some tragic, terrible video that I saw on some website. But it's interesting, like, you know, before seeing that video, I never quite, like, would think that darkness would be too big of a deal. But after seeing that, like, I really did think, like, damn, wait, if I was just stuck in a closed space, not knowing where to go, and it was complete darkness, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do in that situation? I'd literally die. So, you know, this kind of hopefully will make that a little bit similar. Now, with how the Roblox lights work, it won't be exactly fully dark, so you'll still be able to see your hands, for example. But everything else will effectively disappear. So I could do, let's say we can, like, wait 5 seconds, right? So we'll wait 5 seconds, and then we're going to dim the headlights for 6 seconds. So again, imagine we're doing this little cave, right? We are just crawling and crawling, and now it's just gone. You know, we can still see our hands, we are still moving, but everything is gone. And there we go. Our headlights are back. This would be worse if we made both numbers longer, right? Because let's say we're in here for 10 seconds, you know, things seem fine, we have our light and everything, and we will have it for like another 5 seconds. And then imagine yourself in this position. Look at that. It just disappears. Like what do you do? I'm gonna stop now. What now? Where do you go? Like, genuinely. What do you do now? Do you keep traveling? Do you start, like, you know, inching backwards? Do you start, like, going to the side or whatever? Like, what do you do? Do you stay in one spot and call for help? And then now soon they're going to be back. There we go. Yeah, but I would not want to be in this position. And again, all because just the lights were turned off. That's it. So yeah, this is one of those things which I believe we could start the immersion with, and then we could add it on to, like, other bad things. Like, when another bad thing happens, we could just dim the lights just for fun, you know? Why not? like imagine you're in a cave and, I don't know, it's being flooded or something, and your headlights literally turn off, like, right as you see, like, a bit of water come up. I don't even want to think about that. Damn, like, what the hell? Now, right before we get to that, though, actually, I'm not sure if you noticed, but when I was playing the game, and, like, you know, the ambience was playing and everything, there was just a moment where it just went silent. Like, the ambience was, you know, was playing and everything was great, and then it was just stopped. And I thought that I forgot to loop it or something, but it was looped. It's just that the ambience file that I have, for some reason, just doesn't have anything at the end, and it just kind of feels awkward. So I have found another one. Let me just play it for you. It sounds quite similar, I would say. Like, we got the water droplets, we got the, you know, reverb and all that. The only thing it's missing is, like, the little wind sound that this one has, but I don't think that's a big issue. But if I actually try this out in the game, let's see. How do we feel about this? I mean, actually quite nice. It's just silent, except you just hear occasional water droplets. And I believe it just looped as well. So the loops are very nice. It just keeps playing as if nothing happened. All right, so that was a little thing I just wanted to get out the way. But another thing also is that this also kind of does show you, like, how I try and make these things immersive, right? I have gotten some comments on certain videos where people kind of were wondering like what my thought process is behind doing certain things, and yeah, I just thought I'd include that little bit, right? Because, you know, often people do work like off camera, and obviously, you know, sometimes that's needed to save time and everything. But for something like this, like, I definitely want you to know why I would change the cave ambience. Bro, I've seen way too many horror games that try to be immersive, and then, like, I don't know, I play them, and then the sound just stops, and like I'm like expecting a jump scare or something. But then just starts playing again, and I'm like, what is this, right? I don't know, like, a lot of games, no offense, suck at immersion, right? So here, that's a little tip for you. Make sure that your sound doesn't just stop at random times. But anyways, you know, I spoke about a flood while we were, you know, doing like the headlight dimming thing, and whoa, look at this, water rising. I wonder what this does. So just like the dimming, this also requires a number, which I have called flood speed. You probably also know what this does, and I called it flood speed. I'm not sure why I said speed, because it's a number. Or wait, no, what am I saying? No, speed makes perfect sense for a number. I don't know, I'm not thinking properly. Now, through all the clips that I've watched as a child of like people, you know, struggling in caves, I'm not sure why, I just found the experience really scary. But then, you know, because of that, I kind of was inclined to keep watching all of these clips. But whenever water floods a cave, there are typically 3 main ways of it doing so. The first one is it just floods the cave completely, and then the guy, like, you know, is like in panic and he's trying to move, and then the water just engulfs everything, which, again, quite scary. The second one is when the water begins rising up from something, or like maybe it rises from the top, maybe it rises from the ground level, like, you know, depending on which direction you're caving in. But it rises at a speed which isn't instant, but it's enough to get you panicking and being like, wait, hold on, like it's coming up quite fast, like not too fast, but quite fast, like medium speed, which is also quite scary because it's, you know, basically imminent, you know, like you don't know what to do. And the third one, which is my least favorite one because I don't like it, is when the water rises up at like a very low speed. Like very low speed. Like it's like a little bit, you're caving and you're like, has this puddle why is this puddle here in this dry cave? And then it's like, oh, another puddle. And then it's like, oh wait, my hands are wet. Oh, wait a second. Oh no, like, and then it's like a tiny bit of rising for the water. And then, you know, like 5 minutes pass and the water's like already at a noticeably higher level. Still not too much, still not a lot, but it's noticeable that like water is rising up. That to me is scary because that gives you so much time to just like think about it and to like, oh my god, what do I do? Oh no, like what are you gonna do? Like, imagine you're in your little cave crawling, yay, like that video I said with, like, you know, a guy with a happy wife and kids, you know, jumping into a cave full of water. I don't know, you have all the time in the world to think about it. So what I'll do is I'll say 350 seconds, okay? I know this seems like a lot, but in the actual script, so like the way that I do this effectively is that once the water reaches the halfway point of your character, the screen goes blurry, you know, the screen also goes like slightly bluish, which might look a little weird now that I think about it. I mean, we're gonna see at the moment. I mean, we're gonna see, and I'll, you know, readjust if it's like bad or something. But then, like, yeah, all other sounds stop. This like underwater like sound begins playing, and then the player effectively ends up dying within like, I believe it's like 10 or 15 seconds or something like that. And yeah, so like I said, I've given myself 10 seconds before this actually happens. So, you know, let's go caving. Let's see what this is like. You know, yeah, we're going forward, having a nice little day, you know, thinking of our happy family, of our beautiful wife, our 2 amazing kids with a bright future, and yeah, everything's perfect, you know? You know, like I've seen one video on Instagram where like it was people talking about how like caves are dangerous, but they were clearly lying. Clearly there's nothing bad. Interesting. I wonder what this is. Interesting. Oh, and there's a wall in front of me. Damn, bro. What do you do in this position? Seriously, imagine. What do you do? It's rising up. What do you do? Oh my god. Oh, no. That's it. Holy. This in a weird way, this is quite immersive. I don't know if it's immersive for you, especially with this little messed up texture at the top. That's it. The water's rising. Oh no. That's it. We're submerged. That's it. You're done. Sleep is on, and then we're gonna fade out now. Sleep on. That's an amazing. That's awesomely timed notification. Oh my god. and then the player will die, and then, yeah, disconnect, because it forcibly kicks you out of the game, and we don't see a kick message because we're in studio, but in a real game, you'd get kicked, and the message would be something like, you died, like, to water, or something like that. And the final accident that I have here, so I can actually show you all of these. Cave closing, there we go, the first one. But yeah, water rising, move up, headlight dim. So I have this like nice little table of things that I can choose from. But cave closing, I left this one for the end of the video because some people consider floods to be scarier, and I definitely see where they're coming from. Floods are scary, and I wanted to end off with like a scarier idea. But to me personally, a cave closing is all the more terrifying. I don't know what it is about a cave close. I mean, obviously, if the water is rising up and you have nowhere to go, that's obviously scary as well. Like, you're screwed in both scenarios. But with a cave closing, like, that's like you literally have zero options. It's a mountain pushing you down. What do you do? You're literally, you have no options. At least with water, at least you could like hold your breath, or at least there might be like a little pocket of air. But a cave closing in an already tight enclosure. I might just be ranting here. I'm not sure. I've luckily never seen a video of this fully happening, but I've heard stories about this, and it sounds just as bad as you probably expect. So yeah, I'm actually not too sure how much seconds this should be. Let's just say 30, just to test it out, because it has been a while since I like worked on this. But you know, again, let's see. We're in our little cave. Everything's fun. Everything's nice. We're, you know, we haven't just died. Like, oh, look at that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. And then it just crushes us, and then it kicks us. Oh, that's... It's just like, that's it. Like in a snap, it's just done. And again, some people might consider that less scary, but I don't know. Like I said, not a big fan. Now, realistically, so I made it 150 seconds instead of 30. It would look something like this. Like, imagine you're caving, and this is just slightly, ever so slightly pushing you down. Like, look at this. What do you do? You just keep crawling? You keep crawling. Like, towards what? Towards Brenda and the two children. What do you do? What do you do? I'm asking baseless questions here. This is just freaky. And then look at that, dead end. That sucks, yeah. Remember how I said I made a dead end for a reason? This is it. Now what? It's still coming down. It is still coming down. Yeah, let's crawl more. Our head is now touching the top of the cave. And now, any second, it should fully collapse on us, and there we go. Yeah, that's, Well, now that you saw that, I do actually want to compile this to be like a full-on experience, because right now I just showed you like all the little sections. Like, yeah, you can dim the headlight, you can make the water rise, you can make the cave close, but I do think it'd be interesting to like play around with these more. Like, even for example, let's actually start with this. I said that there's many different ways for the water to rise up, right? It can either rise up very quickly, or, you know, in like a medium speed, or very slowly. We tried the slow speed. Let's try the medium speed. Let's do 30 seconds. And once again, I'll say, I'll wait 5 seconds before this actually happens. So again, we're, you know, playing our nice little, or sorry, not playing. We're in a cave. Very immersive experience. Look at that. It just floods. You were you were okay like 2 seconds ago. Oh man. And that's it. That's it. You just, yeah, you're in the water. You're holding your breath, by the way. Like, try holding your breath. Like, replay this video and hold your breath. Like, while you're caving, already out of oxygen. There's already not enough oxygen in a cave to begin with. And then that disconnected. Knowing the context, this is such a scary text. Or once again, let's make this even faster. Let's do 5 seconds. The water just floods in, takes 5 seconds. That's it. We're caving, everything's fine, everything's great. Oh. You just stop at this point. Like, that's what I would do. Or actually, no, out of panic, I probably would continue crawling. I'd probably try and like go forward, please, like I just go forward. I'd just be trying something, but it just wouldn't work. I also would be anxious, so I would be out of breath incredibly quickly. Or I say anxious, I'd be panicking. What am I saying? Anxious. I want to be anxious. I'd be panicking, bro. I'd be like, damn, what do I do? Disconnect, just like that. And then the worst, you know what the worst part is for me? No one will find anything unless it's like a very popular cave, or unless, I don't know. Ah, damn, that sucks. You know, there's actually another reason as to why I really don't like the whole cave closing thing, because with a cave closing, you get smushed, and that's it. At least with water, at least there's like something left, right? But like with a cave closing, it's like, how does that, like, what now? Like, your family gets the news. Brenda and your what did I say, 2 children, 3 children, whatever, another one, let's say there's another one on the way, let's say 3 kids in total, and then they have to get the news that not only you went into this cave called Lagoon of Death, the 0% chance survival rate. You died in the Lagoon of Death with a 0% chance survival rate. You know, who could have seen this coming? And there's literally nothing left of you. As Brenda's like cooking breakfast and like, you know, she's hearing about this from like the police or whatever. So I think it's only appropriate to try out cave closing next. And like I said, I think making this quick would be pretty fun. So let's do 10 seconds. Let's simulate that guy who I just talked about right now. Because again, we're perfectly fine right now. Oh, that's just because that's the last thing you expect, right? When you're in the cave, like a cave shouldn't just collapse like that, but it just does. Or no, actually, as a matter of fact, what if we do like 3 seconds? What if it actually just collapses on you? I hope this doesn't cause any like issues in the code, but what if it really does? Just comes down. What do you do in that situation? You have limited time to react. The last thing you'd feel is panic. That's it. That like with the water, bro. I mean, look, I'm telling you, with the water, at the very least, you'd be able to like think of your life a little bit before you go. But here it's just like, oh wait, why is it moving? And then sudden panic, and then just boom, disconnected. But of course, like I said, let's have some fun with this. Let's make this a little more, you know, realistic. Now with the wall, I actually do think it's a bit too close. I'm actually gonna move it a bit further back, like so. So what I'll do is I'm gonna allow us to cave for, let's say, 25 seconds. I think 25 seconds is good enough to kind of feel the immersion, to, you know, understand how the game works. You just press a button, you go forward, and that's basically it, right? That's all you're doing. Then I think we can introduce the headlight dim thing. So let's dim the headlight for, I don't know, 0.2 seconds. And then let's actually wait 0.1 seconds, and let's just do it again. Let's do this 3 times. So it's kind of like flashing a little bit. And at this time, I'm actually thinking we can dim the headlight for a solid, let's say, 8 seconds, okay? We dim it for 8 seconds, there we go, everything's fine. And then let's say we give it another, I don't know, 20 seconds before anything happens. Then I think we could start closing the cave in, so we could say cave. Up next, of course, I think rising the water would make sense. So let's just say, again, 450 seconds. I did 350 last time, I think 450 is better, it's quite slow. Or as a matter of fact, we could do 500 as well. 500 I think also works here. Now, when I say this, I also want the cave to begin slightly closing in like shortly afterwards. However, the little issue with how these things are set up is that this is going to wait the entire 500 seconds, which means that it's going to wait 500 seconds and only then is it going to move on to the next line of code. But at that point, the player will already be dead, right? And the way we can prevent this, the way we can make it not wait, we can just say, okay, do this, and we're going to move on to the next line of code, is we just say task spawn, we give it a function, and then we just do it over here. You don't have to know what this does. I don't fully know why you have to do it this way either. But if you do it like this, you're not going to have to wait 500 seconds. You can just move right ahead. And this is where I think we can wait, let's say, 15 seconds. And then finally, accidents, cave closing, and I don't know, maybe like 300 seconds. I want you to like slightly notice it, like just very slightly. Or I guess let's do 10 seconds. Like I just want you to slightly notice it, but not like fully kill you, probably. Then I guess let's wait another 10 seconds, and then I think let's just, or no, you know what we'll do? Let's wait 30 seconds. Let's just dim the headlights. Headlight, accidents, headlight dim. Let's just give it, I don't know, 200 seconds. Basically just forever, right? So let's see how this game would play out. There we go. Our cave simulator. Again, what do you think people think of when they're here? And I don't mean as in like, oh yeah, what are they doing? They're crazy. I mean like, what do you think they actually just is in their heads when they're just climbing? You know, some people take videos, some people take voice recordings. Oh, look at that. It's dim. Damn, I completely forgot I even scripted that in. That's actually pretty cool. I actually really like how that played out. But what do you think they think of? Like I talked about family, but like you don't just typically think of your family, right? Like when you're at work or playing a sport or whatever, you probably just think of regular things like, oh, I wonder what I'm gonna do later. Oh, I wonder whether I have this thing paid off. Like, oh, I wonder what I should say to this like, I don't know. What actually goes through the minds of these people? Leave a comment, and especially what goes through the minds of seeing this. I wonder, like, oh god. Oh yeah, see that? See that? See the roof? It's going down. You're just noticing all of this. the water, the roof. What do you think of now? You probably aren't just thinking on autopilot, are you? You're probably like, damn, wait a second. That's it. You're just stuck now, forever. I wonder if we can reach the dead end, just as a little extra thing. Probably not, though. Or maybe we will. I mean, doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Already full of water. It's already closing in. And very soon, our headlight should dim. Yeah, I'm not sure when that's gonna happen. We haven't gotten to the water thing yet. But look at that. Yeah, we're inside the water now. There we go. There it is. In the cave. What's gonna kill us first? Let's play a little game. The water or the cave? I don't even see the cave anymore. What's getting us first? What do you think? I think the water. Or maybe both. Maybe both. That's it. There we go. And disconnected. Yeah, I think 30 seconds was a bit too long for the headlight. I think maybe like 10 seconds would be nice. So you have like all the time in the world to understand what's happening, and then your headlights just dim effectively forever. Or actually, wait, no, I just realized why the headlights didn't dim. Because of the same issue with the water, right? Because it was waiting for the caves to fully close, and only then would it do anything. So we need another task.spawn, then we wait, and then we dim the headlights. So I suppose 15 seconds would be enough here. So for a final test, I've decided to make this into a full game. So you can actually play this right now. It's public. I just published it. It's only one player for obvious reasons, but you can go to my Byteblox official group and find it there. I'll probably add a thumbnail somewhere down the line. But let's play this in full screen this time and see how this actually would play out. Okay, we are now officially in the game. There's a chat feature, which I don't know why it's there, obviously, but this actually, I quite like this. I don't know why. Like seeing this in the full screen, playing it as a real, genuine game. I don't know. There's something about it. Oh, there we go. The headlight dimmed. Oh man. Again, there are people out there. With the amount of people in the world, there's probably some guy out there right now doing this exact thing. There's probably a guy out there right now who's doing the exact same thing, and also will experience exactly what this game is about. Just really think about that. Like while you're watching this video, there's some guy out there doing this. Man, I can't even think about that. I mean, again, for me, it's just a big claustrophobia issue. But holy. And of course, you're still crawling, you know, nothing too scary. Oh man. Oh, I see the water coming from like over there. It's very like minuscule. Like I can see like a little bit of a color change, but it's still there. Oh man. And then, yep, there we go. The cave's closing in. Your headlight just goes dim. Just like that. There we go. The water. Perhaps the headlight went dim a little too quickly, so I might actually change it up a little bit. But there we go. We are still crawling. The water is still rising. Yep, and now we're just under the water, and you can't even, it's all blurry, there's no light, there's no, oh man, yeah, I hate this, I really hate this. And then you just go. It's all dark. And now, let's see, is it gonna kick me? You were kicked from this experience. You died, okay. I forgot it just said you died. I thought it would like give me like a cooler message. You died, that does take the tension away a little bit. Or maybe it doesn't, I don't know, you decide. But yeah, like I said, probably not 15 seconds. Probably, I think, like, or even like 45 seconds, I think would be better. I don't know. It did dim a bit too quickly. But again, like I said, I will, or I mean, not will. I already have published it all to Roblox, so you could go play it right now. Go join my Roblox group. You could have a little experience. And I would be curious too, like, just share this game with your friends and just like get them to play this, like without them knowing anything about this. Because obviously, you know, you've played the game, you already kind of know how this stuff's gonna play out. But like some guy just hasn't played the game at all, right? So it would be cool to like see their reaction to this. And then of course, you know, like share the video itself with a bunch of people, because obviously, you know, metrics and all that. But yeah, like I said, I do hope you enjoyed. I do hope this was an immersive experience for you. Like I said, as a kid, I used to, it was like a guilty pleasure of mine, like watching these scary videos of people just crawling. Like again, nothing bad even, just like a regular YouTube video of like some guy like documenting his journeys. And he's been doing, and like, it's like some guy who's been doing this for like 10 years or something, right? So obviously it's not all bad, right? But this is just kind of, I don't know, putting out my fears out there, and I'm sure yours as well. So yeah, man, you know, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this. Do share the video. I do appreciate that, and you know, like, subscribe, all that stuff. To all developers, by the way, if you're not a developer, you can leave the video right now. But to all developers or upcoming developers, again, I keep saying this, but I do have a course. It teaches you exactly how to think of cool games, how to put your dreams and aspirations into an actual project file, because many people struggle. I actually had this one guy on Discord like ask me like, how long do you think it takes you to become a good developer? He was like, maybe like 3 months, a year. And I said genuinely 2 weeks, maybe even 1, because 2 weeks is all you need to fully learn the code and fully learn Roblox Studio, right? Because like obviously you have to learn that stuff, but after you learn all that stuff, and 2 weeks is very doable for that, by the way, that's it, right? Like you're done. Like you now know everything, and so all that's left there is just knowing how to apply these skills, knowing what to work on, which is what many people struggle with, right? So again, you know, if you like my teaching style, if you like my amazing creative ideas of cave crawling accidents in Roblox, do check the course out, because the first bulk is like teaching you all the basics, all the like actual usable stuff, and then the rest of the course also delves into how to actually think properly, how to actually like make a real amazing game, which very, very few tutorials do that, very few courses do that, so I just wanted to be like the first normal up-to-date one. So yeah, go check that out. I got my Instagram in there as well, so you could go follow me for clout. That would be nice. And like I said, you know, go check the game out, share the video, share the game, and as always, we are back to basics. Thank you for watching. Go!